How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's you also.
Are you on the finance committee too?
Yes.
I would like to try and get a meeting,
Okay.
at your convenience.
Oh,
I know you already got my email, but my cell phone number's on here as well. You can reach out with that.
from sitting down.
These are comfortable over my desk.
Jerry, CDC right along.
Like this, we want to work for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had a bunch of stuff today.
Would you like the new format?
I do.
Obviously,
I do.
What I was trying to do here is, I mean, you know,
Same thing.
just more for us internally to show you like this is so far. It's
I like that. I like that. It's like, yeah, it shows, hey, we're busy. We're doing stuff. We're filling some of these spots, right? Yeah.
Well, he's saying business is good.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can have this one if you want. So what I was trying to do too is like the new posting. I put new.
Oh, okay.
And then, you know, I know sometimes when you read them, it's like, and we haven't figured out yet how to get to the Facebook part.
Thank you.
We mentioned,
It's so nice.
that mentioned anyway about putting our recruitment.
Just throw it out there. Yeah. I can't remember who said that either, but yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. Might have been Tom.
Great. It's what we look for. I appreciate
You don't have to put by this line.
that engagement is what
No,
we
they
need.
put me in a different spot.
It's not often there, so I really appreciate it.
We also
Non-emergency
quite
numbers.
often depend,
I guess they call it
job now is to come. Both
That
staff
there's
and
gotta be
council,
more to
all the
it,
things
but
that
we
have
do
to
that.
work with.
Thank you.
All right. We'll bring this meeting to order. Since that one is out of order. You're out of order. Okay, I'm here. Councilmember Evans is here. Councilmember Watson is here. Jump to reports and presentations.
Yeah, which hopefully my glasses don't seem up. Yeah, so what I did this time, what I'm trying to do, wanted to see how you guys like the new format on the HR recruitments. I've added down here what says position filled starting from the beginning of the year, because I thought it would be good so you guys, because you know they get filled and then they fall off and we're not really tracking to see how many we've been recruiting. So I added that on there. And then another thing I wanted to do was when we post a new position, I put new by it so you can see the new ones that are coming in.
Good.
So I think things are still going, we're quite busy still with the recruitments, the police. We're probably going to be doing oral boards either the end of this month or early April for the lateral and an entry.
Are you getting quite a few applications?
Actually, I'm surprised we are. I think for the laterals, I think one is still in process, and I'm not sure about what happened with the other person. But more than I thought we would be getting for laterals, so we're still getting quite a few of those. So,
The two are retiring.
yeah.
How have those been filled from within or outside?
Oh, I think we promoted the promotions to the one, Sean Scott got promoted to sergeant.
Okay.
And I think we're backfilling with we're trying to get 2 laterals or exceptional officers.
Don's was Marcus Cohen had stepped down, right? So they just kind of swapped.
Sean Scott moved up to sergeant. Tony Rice retired on Monday the 28th, and then
Torgerson's retiring.
At the end of the month.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
And we have one officer in background right now,
Right.
Thank you.
and a new CSO.
Oh, cool. There's a lot going on. I just want to hear what's happening.
The emergency management coordinator, if I recall, we're reviewing them and right now, but it's still open till the end of the month. Code enforcement officer, we've posted that. I'm not sure if we've got that many. Forgot to look at that one. Building inspector, we're going out on that. So as you can see, it's new. We're posting that one. So I have emergency on here twice. And then we also met with Shawnee and I, our new HR generalist. We met with Jack over in Public Works to talk about seasonal hires. Wanted to find out, apparently last year they were kind of hard to find. Actually, as far as the hourly rates, I think Sumner is up to $22 to $24 an hour.
They're
So,
gonna bankrupt us.
Your way?
well, maybe we can go for a signing bonus at the end of the summer.
Does that include summer help then too?
Yeah, that's their
Wow.
summer help. And we raised it a little bit to try to be a little more competitive and start a little earlier out in our recruitment to see if we can,
What does Walmart start at, do you know?
gosh, that's the thing. A lot of these places are paying $22 an hour, $24 an hour.
They get a job there, just throwing some freight minimum for
Yeah,
their
but
starting wage.
you get to be here in the outdoors and the sun and fresh air. The seasonals actually, I think, is regionally, it's being a little more difficult to attract people. Who knows? Maybe this year though, with raising it a little bit, and we're going to go out to colleges, also just try to be creative and where we can find additional seasonals. Craigslist, Facebook. I know we're still looking into that. So hopefully, typically I think we hire about 15 to 17 seasonal employees. So quite a few.
Mhm.
But never know. We'll get creative on that. And
Are you doing anything with the high schools for their graduating party, or like talking to their counselors there to post things, because that's right at the time
that's a good
their
idea.
seniors are graduating, and the trade schools and Clover Park and all those types of places might.
Okay.
That we get a lot of work out of the Pierce County Skills Center. It's for high school kids. We're in manufacturing, so it's kind of like knowing when your neighbor's going to sell their house before they put it up. I got 3 guys that are really good. Slide me their resume before they even go on the open market. We're able to tie in with them and get them offers before they even go out. So
Yeah. So Pierce, what was that?
Pierce County Skills Center.
Okay.
They're in Frederickson, but all 23 high schools in Pierce County have different high schools have classes there. So they do culinary, construction, manufacturing, carbon fiber. They have all sorts of different specialized schooling there, and kids go there for 1 or 2 periods and learn a trade. So.
Well, actually, I really like hearing about that and learning about it, because I know sometimes too, like with public works maintenance workers, trying to get somebody to fill those positions, maybe they don't have the skills to be a 2, but we could bring somebody in as an entry level and have them learn and grow and an opportunity to advance.
Is there a way of lifting the cap on not necessarily on the seasonal, but I know once they work a certain amount of hours, they can't come back in to the system again? Because there'd be some that would, if they work out, got some retiring people you might want to bring in on an entry level position. But I know there's some clause or something that once they're entry level and get a certain amount of hours, they can't come on board. Is that the case?
Are you referring to benefits? When it becomes a benefits position?
From what I thought, there was, once you hit a certain amount of hours as a seasonal, you can't transition over
I'm
to
wondering
a full time.
Are you thinking that I was thinking about the PERS eligibility possibly?
Maybe I don't know. I know I've had some friends not in this city, but other cities that were in parks and had to leave because they couldn't get offered the full time position, even though it was available.
Oh, interesting.
But because they weren't eligible for it after working that. So maybe that's not ours.
Well, as I said, it could be a union contract.
Yeah.
I know Teamsters has that clause that they can only work like 380 hours or something, and then after that they have to become a member.
Oh, okay.
So that could be it, but
Because we've certainly had seasonals that have trained
Oh, okay.
employees.
Okay.
let's see. Well, and so I guess that's pretty much it at this point on where we are on the recruitments, and we also have started using NeoGov. So our new generalist is she used to actually do training at another city where she worked on the NeoGov. It's the recruitment software that we've used. So we started actually doing requisitions, and she's been out training our managers and some of our directors, which will be good, because eventually what we want to do is look at the data and see like how many days are we taking to fill certain positions, right? What's the time to hire? eventually, hopefully that's going to help with, replacing a lot of the manual tracking that we've been doing. Oh, thank you.
Good, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lions for Kids House, re-roof. Mr. Johnston.
Thank you. Yes, this is fairly brief. We met some time ago, about a month ago, and discussed the need for a new roof. House. Facilities went out, received 3 quotes to get that work done, and the decision was the city is responsible for maintenance. The larger maintenance.
Structural or something.
So we obtained 3 quotes. They were $14,200, $16,400, and $17,546 in order to replace the entire roof of the house. At this point, as it is city infrastructure, it would be contracts. In this case, being a public works. I understand that there are some parties that would like to contribute to the effort. Certainly donating to the cause is something that the code facilitates. There are steps that they have to, a process they have to follow to make that donation. But certainly we can facilitate that if those.
Only would see, Lions Club would see.
So we can facilitate that, which would take some of the cost off the city, obviously. Done, but at this point, basically that's the recommendation, is to move forward with a contractor to get that done, and then I can work.
Does that include the connection of the house to our drop box?
Does it include?
Include the connection, we have a drop box there on the side of the house,
Okay.
and there's nothing to protect the water from going down inside between our drop box and the house itself.
I
So
know.
we need to have a,
I would anticipate that if that is part of the structure, as you're describing, that would have been included in their estimate. I don't have to ask Mike Englert or something.
that'd be important.
Is this something we can use ARPA for?
I don't know. Sherry, would we be able to use ARPA money
If
for
not for a
Lions
roof, for a
roof?
donation to a good organizational cause, part of the American Recovery Act? You're on mute.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
You're not donating though, it's our asset.
Okay. Can we use the ARPA fund?
And I didn't hear how much it was, Ryan. Was it 17,000? Is that what I heard?
That was the high bid, yeah, but 14 to 17,000.
I can certainly look. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking probably, but I can certainly look if that's something you want to use.
I mean, it would help fit what my argument was last week, that we weren't actually using it for any particular organization or use for our citizens. So I know it's not much. I don't care where it comes out of, but it'd be nice to be able to pull from that and say, hey, yeah, we did make improvements to a charitable donation or a charitable organization in our city, even though it's our asset. But
Yeah, I could not say that when I do the report, because it's truly not a donation to a charitable organization. It is our asset, so we are improving our own asset. So, but yes, I do think that's probably something that we could add to the list. I can look. Is that something you're wanting to try to add tonight?
Well, we need to get those sooner than later, that's all, it's up to you.
I mean, you have ARPA funds before you tonight on the council on the consent agenda.
Whatever you guys think, I think.
Well,
You want a motion or
I think
something?
it's a council decision on ARPA list for tonight's.
Well, we can always
Yeah,
add to the
add
ARPA
to
list
that, yeah.
later.
Yeah, I think
No, but I would agree with Tom. I mean, if we're going down this path, we need to get this contract moved as
Right.
fast as possible.
We need to get, we need to get this side fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is.
Right.
We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the roof is. We need to get the inside fixed up, we can't do that until the r And I'm glad that's possible because I'm not comfortable taking money out of the city budget for something that wasn't planned ahead. You know, we've talked about this before, that we didn't feel it was obligated, even though it says it that way, but I'm glad you may have another possibility we could take money from.
So, if we're using ARPA, John, are you suggesting that we start the contract and then approve the payment? Because I don't want to backwards approve anything else. It makes it really complicated for reporting, and it doesn't look as clean. So I think if we're going to add it, we need to add it. But then Ryan, you're going to need to make sure you follow all of the ARPA rules for construction.
I need to sit down and learn what those are. Sounds fun.
The first rule of ARPA rules are there are no rules.
Don't talk about
Well, no, there
rules.
are. There's really random rules. One is
Who
that
knows the
you will
rules?
have in your contract that people won't text while they drive. I mean, there's random rules in ARPA. So,
Tom, do you have any idea what donations are possibly out there? Do you know what the Lions Club was thinking of contributing?
Well, I know the kids' house itself, the ladies are going to donate $1,000. I think we've got 1,000 from my club itself. And teacher said, just let me know. I'll write you a check for 1,000 tomorrow. So we might end up having $3,000. So if the additional work between the house and that shed is not part of it, the money would cover that too. So.
Sherry, in the agenda bill for the contract, could we just note that it's ARPA funding?
yeah, so I don't see an agenda bill right now. There isn't one currently, right?
Well, yeah, there is no agenda bill. I'm just thinking when we bring the contract forward in the budget section,
Yeah, we don't
could
even
just,
have
in the
one here.
budget explanation, could we just note that this is ARPA, to be funded using ARPA?
Yeah. Yep. We can certainly do it. Work with me on that because I want to make sure we're clear about it for audit purposes.
Good, thank you.
So are we ready to go to the first available council meeting?
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I'm trying to look this up real quick. So the first available being,
I don't know. If
talking
we
about
can
2
get it
weeks?
on-
2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know if we can-
I'm fine with 2 weeks. That gives people some time rather than all of a sudden, hey, by the way, you're throwing it at them tonight.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, no, yeah,
I wasn't
yeah,
suggesting
no, 'cause we don't
tonight.
even
I
have
mean,
one
we don't
for
have
tonight.
an agenda bill
Yeah,
prepared.
okay. Yeah, next available meeting's fine. Yeah.
Could be in the workshop next weekend possibly.
The two would be helpful.
22nd.
That way we're not doing decision stuff on a workshop night.
Well, yeah, but just
Yeah.
discussions.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
discussion item and then vote.
They're always important to have discussions.
Good with that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Business and action items, AB 2245, Resolution 3031, authorizing a professional services agreement, Habit Dow Associates. Again,
Get these back up.
yeah.
Yeah, so, I guess I was gonna say, so this is kind of, we were looking at something like this before the last ordinance where we adopted the Sumner salaries. And, I would like to propose, of course, that we do this, based on the conversation at the last council meeting. I say this, he has actually been in the business for quite some time. I think what it will do is it'll give a really good foundation for the city here, also to build from that, to look at it, to make sure the internal equity pieces are there, to make sure that that when we go out there, that we are still going to be competitive with everything else that's going on out there, and what can we do differently as far as to attract and retain our Habit Dow and Associates is actually, he is local. He's been in the area for quite some time. He's very familiar with government, how it works, the different, working with the city council, working with the city administrator to make sure that we get the results. We look at it. He's not here to necessarily say this is what you have to do, but this is what is out there in the city.
I think my big question would just be, didn't we just do this with Sumner's deal essentially? And I can't remember I'm trying to remember what the conversation was essentially. After that, we were going to continue down this path and like, hey, we just want to do that now and then continue down this path, or was that, hey, we took care of this issue? You know?
Yeah, it was basically, we did Sumner's to get everyone to par, and then this would be building on that. But are we too soon for this? Would the data still be accurate if we did it this year versus next year?
I think so, because they could actually look at the 2022. They can reach out to all the different cities and areas and see what are you doing with your cost of living adjustments? What's the current ranges? Where's everybody out there on the charts? If I remember correctly, Sumner was actually done the prior year, so this would be current.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we could continue.
But didn't we just make a change on salaries, considering what we want to do right now? I don't understand why we do it again this year, not wait till next year, see where things are going to from here. What the economy is, what's happening, see how this cap is going. This is $22,000, which, our money's tied as in some of our budgets already set out, and there'd be something for us to plan on next year, I think, in my opinion anyway.
Well, I just remember too, at the last meeting, it was brought up that we would go ahead and pass the salary ordinance, and that this would be a follow-up, and then
Could we bring this forward as a decision card for our budget talks later this year for early next year?
I would think so.
I mean, that way we're not doing
like
one
that,
more
yeah.
line item on
Right.
a budget
Right.
change.
Yeah, we were just coming up with the dates or whatever. It should be in the next couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be coming up.
okay.
So what I'm hearing is look to do it in 23 then?
Or the decision card
Decision
coming
card,
out.
yeah.
Or
Essentially for-
our new
for
budget.
So it is already on the.
Okay.
I was going to say bless you, but I didn't want to be.
Okay. Moving on, I guess. Approval of meeting notes.
Yeah, beautiful. You did a great job.
Great job, Debbie. Open discussion.
I've got three things.
Perfect. Go ahead.
We had a discussion with the Historical Society about their building and their roof, and we talked about the kids' house, and anything transpired since money-wise, what we need to do, consider for that in the future.
The mayor and I met with them last week and just jokingly more than 20 minutes notice before the bulldozer shows up. So, that's their primary
bad.
concern. Part of the upcoming vacancies over at the Public Works Center and then third floor, we'll have to have a broader discussion with finding a space for them.
Well, it's important for them to know that they're important to us. That was a problem.
We
were
conveyed that message last Thursday in a meeting.
Okay, good. I think with Debbie, I think it'd be nice if we could have some type of employee party or by different groups of the buildings with their masks are coming off. We could all kind of see people and get together and celebrate getting back into a new casual life with what's happening, the suggestion anyway. I mean, we've been masked up for just a long time. Maybe just something for Public Works out there, maybe something for this building here, just everybody say hi. Just get back to living our lives again. We've been so stressed out and going on. I think the associates would love that sometime in the near future.
Yeah, and I was also, that actually would be a really good idea for one of our wellness things. Now that we can actually get back together, we're going to put the wellness committee and try to get some ideas. The wellness is also not just physical, but it's also the connecting with people, the financial pieces. There's a lot to the different part of wellness. So I think that's.
I think it'd be great for the council too, the ones that want to participate.
Okay.
From the see and stuff.
Okay.
That way we're connecting more with just eyes and we're seeing the whole faces. And anything else on the boat launch that came forward from the meeting earlier today? Because I'm concerned, talked to a few people off the cuff about boat launch, and it's very important to be able to have the residents have a boat launch to go to. And if it is just only for city residents only, it would be fine with that. My thoughts. bring it up. I'm sure you
I have
discussed.
some
it in
answers,
great
but we're in a
detail.
finance
I'm-
meeting, so.
I'm sure you get discussed in great detail, so I was just,
Yeah.
bring it up one more time.
It's going, I mean, is it okay if I?
Please, yeah.
It's going to full council discussion with a recommendation by all three to close the boat launch for 2023. With the 2022.
2022.
Yes. With the potential understanding that if there's a piece of farmland south of the current Moriarty Park, that if that person somehow decides that they want to get into the boat parking business, we would work with them to open the launch. It's easier to take the signs down and open the launch in 24 hours than it is to shut it down. So the recommendation, albeit begrudgingly by all three of us, was no boats for 2022. 4-tiered phase. So 2022 would be no boats, no boat parking. 23 would be, there's 120 new parking stalls going in at the new baseball field. That would help offset some of the 80 parking stalls currently at ball field 4 parking. Turn ball field 4 parking into at least 30 boat parking there, trailer parking there, with the alternate phases of public works coming down and ball field 4 itself being additional trailer parking in future years. It's all going to be budgetary, but that's how we
That's
were.
part of the discussion already.
Yeah.
What about all of our events this summer then, with all the cars that parked down there?
Well, I think that in part addresses this, because instead of reserving the ball field 4 lot for boat trailer parking only,
It's usually closed that day for, when we have our events down there.
Only
Wednesday
during
night.
the event,
Right.
but that doesn't mean that. I mean, Moriarty would still be filled with boat trailers. I don't know many people that park in Moriarty for a concert, because it would have been full from that.
The boat launch is closed on those days.
Boat launch is only closed during those events.
Right.
So only
That's all I'm
for
talking
only
about
for
is
2 to 3
Wednesday.
hours, yeah.
But you still have ball field 4 parking essentially
Yeah, that won't be touched
for the
this year.
events.
Yeah, that'll be fine
We'll
this year.
show our events we planned on.
Yeah. The I don't know, when is the anticipated opening of the new ball field?
Over, isn't it?
They need to be done at least.
Okay, so we wouldn't have any additional parking there at all this season. Okay.
That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got something?
I don't.
Nothing?
I'm tired of meetings.
Fair enough. I don't have anything either, so I guess we are adjourned.
all right.
Awesome.
Thanks.